for them don't obey. Survived to pass this way again. Dead men tell no tale. No fear have ye of evil curses, says you.
Hello and welcome to Park Sensory, presented by the Off Harbor and Maine podcast. We are extremely excited to be able to share some of our favorite sounds from Disney theme parks and maybe a few other parks over time. The show is more of a supplemental podcast to our main podcast, where I'm joined by my close friends to reminisce over Disney theme park history, and we discuss latest theme park happenings and more. There, I'm typically joined by Beth.
Hi.
And Derek.
Hey, guys.
As well as Matt, who's not with us here today.
On this feed, however, we intend to present commentary-free binaural sound of attractions, queues, area background music, as well as other sounds from the parks in hopes to provide a relaxing Disney fix for all of you. Keep in mind, headphones are highly recommended.
And this is in no way an innovative new idea, as there are some other options out there, and we encourage everyone to explore some of the other great options out there on podcasts and through YouTube and through other means, but we hope we can contribute to the community with some of our own recordings. Before we start this thing off, though, I wanted just to kind of know what everyone else's favorite sounds from the parks are. So, what about you, Beth? What's your favorite sounds from the park?
Sound from the park. My favorite sound is walking straight up Main Street, where you've got the classic Main Street music playing, you've got the Main Street vehicles dinging, and you've got the horseshoes clip-clopping all the way up, and you hear everyone just excited to start their day.
Oh, that's a good one, Beth. What about you, Derek?
Oh, well, I love the sound. I think, just taking this step earlier than Beth's sounds through Main Street of the train coming into the station on Main Street. I feel like it's it always reminds me of like the feeling you have at the very start of the day when you're entering the park and you're about to just have a full-on day of fun. That train coming into the station, I think really just sets the tone for the day, and is one of my favorites from Disneyland. And then I guess, from across the way at California Adventure, I do really love the audio of racers, Radiator Springs Racers. Right as you're like kind of waiting in your car and you can hear, the car revving a bit. And then once the soundtrack starts, like it just kind of is this, I don't know, you get this weird feeling of excitement. And then, leading up to that moment when you see the waterfall, and it's just like really grand. I really love that audio.
Nice. Well, I hate you both because I'm going to follow suit with Main Street USA. I can't get I even will have a recording later for everybody of just me sitting on a bench in Town Square. And it's really like, yes, all of Main Street is great, but Town Square, when you're first walking in, you get that train like you're talking about. You have the sounds of the bell coming through, the whistle, the announcement of the train arriving and leaving. And then you just have the people generally excited, just walking around Town Square. But there's so much that's always happening there, especially if it's like midday or if it isn't too busy, because you have characters and the band typically comes by. You have like the sounds of the horse walking through and the trolley. There's just so many things that are just constantly happening in that area. So I'm going to choose Town Square.
Love that. I mean, and I think that now that we're talking about it, that all of this really was intentional, right? As the start of the park. Like how there is no better way to enter into Disneyland and, get you in the right frame of mind and to allow you then to explore all the other lands, coming off of Main Street.
Absolutely. And if you really think about the sounds of Disneyland and any Disney theme park, almost always it is intentional. So a lot of the things you'll be hearing on this podcast are going to be really sounds that were intentionally made or created or orchestrated for you to put you in a time and place, right? So I'm excited to share some of these recordings, and we'll have many more through time, and really these are going to be presented without introduction. They're going to be straight up just the sound. I'm going to have the title, of course, of what it is, a little description within the feed of the episode, and then we'll just go right into the sound. So now we'll send you out to the parks, where we'll start off with the Indiana Jones cue and ride through, and I hope you all enjoy.
Enjoy.
I assure you. Already I am envious of the wonders that await you, if you avoid the eyes of Mara, that is. Welcome, my friends, to the Temple of the Forbidden Eye. Here in your transportation devices are ingenious pouches for safekeeping all earthly treasures when the journey becomes bumpy. Your off-road journey is high-speed and turbulent, going over rough and rugged terrain, and then suddenly you are turning sharply and dropping suddenly. It is unlike anything you have ever experienced, I assure you. Already I am envious of the wonders that await you, if you avoid the eyes of Mars, that is. Welcome, my friends, to the Temple of the Forbidden Eye. Here in your transportation devices are ingenious pouches for safekeeping all earthly treasures when the journey becomes bumpy. Your off-road journey is high-speed and turbulent, going over rough and rugged terrain, and then suddenly you are turning... successful expedition.
Saludos. Para que su visita al templo sea íntegra, les rogamos que permanezcan sentados con el cinturón de seguridad bien ajustado y que mantengan las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del vehículo. Vigilen a sus manos y pase lo que pase, no tiren al ídolo a los...
Hello again, my esteemed friends. When we all transport, all earthly treasures are directly in front of us. Unless, of course, you wish to use them in the temple. But seriously, after the temple should be quite rough. Keep safe and sound. Stay well seated to receive our blessing. Hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the craft. In your traveling machinery, must keep a close watch on time. Your transport approaches. I wish you a successful and onerous expedition.
Su vehículo está por llegar para que disfruten de un país. Pero aquí están sentados con el cinturón de seguridad bien ajustado y mantengan las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del vehículo. Vigilen a sus manos y estén atentos.
Are you there? Come in. Splendid. You have only to check your seat straps. Buckle up tightly now. Hello, all my friends. The French may be needing a little help.
You seek the future. I will lift the curtain of time. It is your destiny. My eyes. Your destiny now.
Yeah.
Why did it have to be tourists?